Hello, dear friends. The 12-day war in the Middle East seems to be over, but geopolitical tension is at the boiling point. Opinion piece. Sent from heaven. Starseeds. Starting camp. Envoy program. They are waking up. Galactic conflict. The purge begins. They are reconnecting. End of the 12-day war. Hormuz could be a bomb. Let's start. As we walk through life, we meet people every day. Most by mere chance, but a few were sent to us. Galactic envoys are awakening and reconnecting with their partners in the Galactic Federation of Worlds and other organizations in the cosmos, according to Dr. Andrea Martin, former professor at the University of Worcester in Massachusetts. She explains how the dark side is using the war in the Middle East to create the conditions for a false extraterrestrial salvation event that fulfills religious prophecies. She claims that up to 3 emissaries could emerge who would speak on behalf of galactic organizations during a simulated extraterrestrial salvation event. The Galactic Envoy program involves millions of individuals known as Starseeds who were recruited from different worlds to incarnate on Earth. Many of these envoys are in various stages of awakening to their true identity and reestablishing contact with their extraterrestrial partners. Dr. Martin also explained how millions of people were recruited from different worlds to incarnate on Earth and are in different stages of awakening. She also reports working with up to 10 people who know their true identity and are aware of their envoy status and have communicated with their extraterrestrial counterparts, including experiences about a Federation spacecraft. Dr. Martin warns of a possible false extraterrestrial salvation event orchestrated by the dark side, designed to fulfill religious prophecies in the Middle East. She suggests that up to 3 emissaries could emerge to speak on behalf of extraterrestrial organizations during this staged event. The Envoy program is described as flexible, involving individuals, couples, families, or any combination of these from other worlds who volunteered to incarnate on Earth. Dr. Martin explains that recruitment often involves negotiation with family members on their home planets and that participation may be motivated by personal, familial, or broader galactic reasons. Martin described wars and power struggles between extraterrestrial groups and views Earth as a potential focal point for galactic tyranny. She mentions that the Andromeda Council warned about the possible use of Earth as a weapon by hostile groups and that the Envoy program was launched as a countermeasure. She distinguishes between 2 main charitable extraterrestrial organizations, a more interventionist one like the Galactic Federation of Worlds, and a more pacifist and spiritually oriented one like the Confederation of Planets. Problems. Furthermore, Dr. Martin claims that the Federation has identified and detained compromised extraterrestrial assets and embedded within the organization. She claims that these assets were compromised by the Dracos and the Orion race, who had worked to halt or slow extraterrestrial disclosure efforts on Earth through their minions. According to Dr. Martin, a common rush of the negative aliens and their minions was to combine the human population that they are not yet ready for extraterrestrial disclosure, due to the deep divisions and war they themselves foment. The dark side constantly foments division and creates new wars to prevent disclosure. She claims that deep divisions and war are in fact the norm among galactic civilizations, and that the Earth would fit perfectly into this norm despite its ongoing problems. According to Dr. Martin, the negative aliens and their human allies have worked to prevent disclosure by fomenting division and war on Earth. She cites the example of the conflict in the Middle East as a recent effort to maintain chaos and prevent humankind from being considered ready for extraterrestrial contact. Mati argues that such divisions are common among galactic civilizations, and that Earth would not be out of place in the broader galactic context. Purge. Trump received intelligence that Iran was 48 hours away from launching a blackout and bioweapons operation. The attacks were not retaliatory, but preemptive, according to Ethan White of the Geisteller. The purge begins according to Denzel Washington. Fordo wasn't just a nuclear site, but a digital vault for the dark side. Hidden beneath a mountain in Iran, it housed blackmail files, cryptocurrency networks, and bioweapons schemes. Why Iran? Because it's not Iran. It's a stronghold for dark side assets. Snowden's cache reveals fraud, money laundering, and psychological operations command, all routed through Fordo. Fordo wasn't just a nuclear facility. It was a clandestine stronghold. Hidden hard drives, data caches, and off-the-books financial trails linked to London Valiant networks, Frankfurt bond funnels, and Shanghai cryptocurrency conduits, all evaporated by 12 bunker booster bombs. It was financial exorcism. Starlink X was in override mode. On June 17th, emergency action messages were sent with quantum defense codes directly linked to QFS protocols. 5 Wall Street flash crashes followed. CNBC covered them up. Snowden didn't. What's next? Iranian crypto asset collapse, QFS blockades at European banks, blackmail networks exposed, Starlink X broadcast of classified trades, and the forced retreat of globalist foot soldiers. Beginning. According to Benjamin Fulford, the illusion is over. On June 14, 2025, the Air Force broadcast a 240-character emergency action message, the longest in recorded history. It wasn't a test, it was a command code. The media said nothing. Why? Because this was the starting gun. According to Mr. Poole, this message was a nuclear-grade code blast powerful enough to signal the collapse of the illusion. The media was silent, but the message was clear. The silent resistance is over. No more theorizing, no more waiting. The cleanup has begun. The battlefield is global. The mission: return power to the people. Starlink is not a technology brand. It tracks, locks onto, and neutralizes enemy positions. All attempts against it have failed. This is the final phase. We are at war, and we are winning. Nothing can stop what is coming. Stay strong, stay awake. The coming days will shake the world. The storm has begun. Trust. The grand finale of Persian Kabuki theater ends the 12-day war, according to Sorjafal. Trump announced a ceasefire agreement between Israel and Iran. In quotes, this war could have lasted for years and destroyed the entire Middle East, but it didn't and it never will, he said. According to Mr. Poole, President Trump has declared a ceasefire for Iran and Israel. However, peace is not easy. There are sleeper cells embedded in the US have been discovered. Prepare for global emergency alerts, blackouts, and 10 days of communications blackout. Operation Phoenix is underway. The quantum financial system vault was sealed, and the price of gold skyrocketed. Wall Street panicked. Checkpoint defenses triggered 5 shutdowns. These weren't accidents but warnings. That's the signal. The sky is vibrating. The vault is sealed. The globalist matrix is dead, and the QFS will monitor every transaction permanently. Simultaneously, the Omega Vault directive blocked elite access to the QFS. Gold skyrocketed on June 14th. Wall Street was shut down 5 times. It wasn't a mistake, but an intentional disruption. Schwab cancelled Davos. Fink sold BlackRock shares. The IMF servers have shut down. These are withdrawal buttons. The elite are interpreting the codes. They know what's coming. The Phoenix phase is already active. The strategic assets are being repositioned. The vault remains sealed. When the next burst of code exceeds 300 characters, it will mark the final breach, the destruction of the Fiat network, and total control by the QFS. Risks. Imminent terrifying event. We have been warned for a long time. The most likely scenario to awaken humankind would be a nuclear scare. Remember, if something like that happens, it would be pure fiction. Humanity is safe, and there will be no nuclear detonations. The plan to save the world is progressing very well. The only card left to play is the Strait of Hormuz, according to David Lifshultz. The control of the world resides in the Strait of Hormuz, which dominates Iran. The closure of this strait could generate global depression of incalculable magnitude. Almost all governments would fall. The loss of more 20% of the world's oil supply would cause the implosion of more than 2 trillion derivatives. Blocking the strait could cause revolutions around the world, as happened in Europe in the 1930s. Message from JFK Jr., who is about to come out of hiding. In quotes, "After years of silence, I was forced to remain underground for your protection and mine. But now the truth must come out. The same corrupt families that murdered my father still rule the world from the shadows. I have spent the last 2 decades gathering evidence, working with patriots and whistleblowers around the world. What we have uncovered is more sinister than anyone has been allowed to imagine. Underground facilities, phony wars, and orchestrated events. It all leads back to a single cabal. And yes, we have the names. Yes, we have the documents. Yes, we have the videos. I am preparing to leave and reveal everything. But time is running out, and they are trying to block this message before it spreads." Close quotes. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.